moment of truth. I've opened the domestic side, PM valve's been replaced. Please, please. Welcome back to today's video. Now I have got a great one in store for you because this is the final installment of that HIU job, the one that's been the bane of my existence during this plumbing career that I've had. I've had a few instances of jobs like this, but this one was really rattling me. I was really fortunate that I had the customer on my side. He was really understanding. And by the time I got to this part, I didn't even charge him labor because I'd been there so many times and the parts were expensive. And for me, it was a personal sense of satisfaction as well. Could I get this sorted or not? So I said to him, look, I'm going to change this for you. It's an expensive. The PM valve's like just shy of 400 quid. So it's mega money. And yeah, it just got to a point where it wasn't about the money. It was about, I want to get this fixed. Will I fix it? Let's find out in the video. I'm also back at that flue job from last week where the flue was all rotted and everything. So we'll see how I get on with that as well. I'm currently getting the van locks upgraded. So I've got a mobile van lock fitter. He did my locks the first time around, but it's getting close to Christmas. Days are getting shorter and I am absolutely paranoid about taking my van anywhere without at the risk of it getting broken into. And I had a bad dream the other day, and that kind of prompted me. I had a dream that my van got done. I woke up and I was literally in panic mode, ran to my window, saw that my van was still in one piece, and I was like, okay, I've been thinking about getting extra security done on it. This is a sign. So I've taken the sign. They're here doing that now. So I'm taking the morning off, getting this YouTube video edited for you guys. So I hope you enjoy it, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one. Well, you know what they say. Third time lucky. Let's hope that holds true. I'm back here. The PM valve. I'm hoping it sorts it because so far I've cleaned the plate, changed the blending valve, and we've still got the same problem. Now I've spoken to a few people who specialize in HIUs and none of them can believe that it's going to be the PM valve, but there is literally nothing else left in the line of the domestic circuit before it leaves the HIU. Got your cold mains coming into there. If you wind that all the way in, you get nice good flow of cold water. As soon as you introduce hot water, diminishes. That goes down behind there, and I believe that comes into the plate, which then comes out of the top, goes into the PM valve, does whatever it needs to do, comes off of it, out of there, and into there. So by process of elimination, that's the last thing. The screen's not frozen, I'm just frozen because I'm just like, let's get this drain down, let's change the PM valve, and let's hope that it sorts the problem out. Because if this doesn't do it, I'm lost for words. I have no idea. But I don't want to think of that. I want to try and stay positive. It's Friday. Let's have some Friday luck. Let's go. Moment of truth. I've opened the domestic side, PM valve's been replaced. Please, please. Yes, 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 yes.
Have you had your eye out, you know?
Yes. It might not be hot yet because I've only opened up the domestic side. Yes.
Fresh as the dough. Oh my days. Can you actually tell, like, from the old one looking at this?
No, I can't even tell from the inside of it. Sorry, I'm a bit out of breath. I've just lugged a whole lot of equipment into the loft and we are back at this one. So I'm going to be sorting the flue out on this. Going to be sorting out the filling loop, adding in a filling loop and changing the PRV in this as well. So first things first, I'm going to sort the flue out because that's probably going to be the longest part of it. The other bits shouldn't be too bad. The filling loop, I'm going to remove this lever valve, remove this non-return valve, 22 elbow, reduce down to 15 mil, and I'll put a filling loop on there. There's a pressure gauge on there already, so I don't need to worry about that. And the PRV internally, obviously we just get that swapped out. But yeah, let's tackle the flue first. So I've brought another, I know it's a bit dark, and I've got another knuckle elbow, but I've also got another one of these because that was a bit shorter. I might need to put one of these on in order to make sure it sits flush on it. And then I've got a new section of flue there, so we'll cut that to size, change the seals, because that elbow is fine, that one doesn't need replacing. That's where the damage is in there. So we're going to replace that bit, replace the seal, and then test it all afterwards. The old flue's been dismantled, taken the elbow off, taken the turret off. I'm going to be replacing the turret as well, just for safe measure, because I don't like the state of that. But the flue, this is what we're here to see. You can see just how bad that's rusted. That's gone all the way through. Okay, well, there was a problem and we are here to rectify it. Apologies for the lack of enthusiasm. I'm absolutely knackered today. What do I need? So I've just got all these bag of bits. So I got myself a new turret. Now remember, the turret on this model is different to the previous one. The previous one, you had 4 screws which held the turret down. This one slides in and then clicks in with these little lugs. And with that, I'm also going to be replacing 981227. That's the turret seal. So that was the old one. It's completely battered. So I'm going to replace that. I have brought extra flue seals with me because I thought I might need to remove that elbow, but I don't need to remove that, so that doesn't need to be disturbed, so that one's okay. And the new flue extension will have its own seal in there as well, and a knuckle elbow, another knuckle elbow, and there's a standard elbow in here somewhere as well. Here it is. So this is what I'm hoping will give me a bigger radius. And for example, this, let's see how much it sits just that little bit lower. So I think it will give me that radius to meet that elbow there. So let's try that on that one. It's a new one. New turret seal, new turret. Let's get that in, measure up, cut the flue downstairs, bring it back up, fit it, make sure it's all good. Then I'll start with the filling loop and then do the PRV as well. That's the new turret and swept elbow on there. Now this is the old one. I'm just using this as a reference point, but just look at that. Look how badly that's rusted all the way through. Okay, yeah, anyway, that's going to be replaced, but I'm just using this as a reference point to see, and now that lines up perfectly with that elbow, and we don't have that gap between the turret and that elbow as well. So I'm going to take a measurement, get the new flue extension cut, put it all back together, clamp it all up, and then we can start working on the other bits. And I'll do my flue gas analysis and everything once I've finished everything else, because remember I changed the gas valve on there as well, so it may need adjusting and setting up. Usually they're okay out the box, but you never know. So let's get the flue done, get all the other bits done, then we'll do the analyzer checks and make sure everything else is all good. There we go. That is how it should have been done in the first place. So we've got no gap there, no gap there, no gap there. I've done it like this so that I can show it on video before I put the clamps up, so you can see that there are no gaps anywhere. And that's the elbow that was needed there, the swept elbow, rather than the knuckle elbow. I mean, could have used that. If they'd cut the vertical section longer, then that would have dropped down a bit, that would have come down a bit, etc. But this is how it's been done. So I know that's all good. I'm going to clamp it up, screw it up, do the rest of the bits, and then 26/9 checks. Okay, so that's all clamped and screwed. If you notice, I used the correct clamp this time. Before it was the wrong clamp. When it's coming straight off the turret, you've got the shorter clamp because you've only got a little bit of plastic there. That's, if you just basically look at in between those two screws, that's where the joint will be. So you're not meant to use that clamp. You are meant to use this clamp. And that proves that that elbow is now sitting flush. Well, you saw it anyway when I put it on before clamping it all up. But that's why you're meant to use that thin one and then use the fatter ones on the actual joints. Now that is solid as a rock. That's not going anywhere with that clip on there. So we don't need to put another clip on. I've cleaned up the turret inside, all the staining and everything. Even though it's going to be me looking after this boiler going forward, at least now I know that there shouldn't be any, that's pre-existing staining, so that should all be fine. What we do next is gonna drain the pressure out the boiler. We are up in the loft, so there shouldn't be a lot of water. I need to probably drain, yeah, up to this point. So I'm going to drain it out into the, I think I've left it downstairs, the blower kit, and we'll pump it back out again. And then I'll do what I need to do here. In fact, do you know what? I'm going to be changing the PRV anyway. So, there we go. Dump all that pressure out. And also, which way is the water coming in? That's coming, see, I can't even tell, I don't really know what's going on here. That's got to be the main incoming. So if I turn that off, or even, what's going on here? Yeah, that's facing that way. So if I turn this off, that should stop the water. Yeah. So I need to turn that off. Or this off. With the stopcock turns. I'll try and turn it. That's not turning. Can I turn that butterfly valve there? That one's turning, so I'll turn that. That should stop the water coming in. Then I can do what I need to do here. See, look, that's letting by. I've already got 2 bar on there. So as I'm dumping it, that's filling back up again. So I'm going to turn the water off and then dump the pressure out and then do yada yada yada. Now, whilst you're watching this time lapse, I thought I'd take the opportunity to explain to you how this job has actually all been logged, all through Powered Now, all the pictures from the initial visit, the report that I created afterwards as well, because the customer was going to take this further with GasSafe regarding the poor installation of the flue. And the good thing is with Powered Now, I can upload and save all of the pictures, all of the documents and everything in one app. It also gives the customer their own customer login, so they can log into the portal themselves and they can download any of the images or the documents I've created for them, which means I don't have to keep downloading them and emailing them to the customer directly. They can do it themselves straight off their own portal. If you want to give this a try yourself, like I said, click the link in the description. You get a 14-day free trial, and there's a lot of features on Powered Now which are very useful for, well, not just plumbing heating engineers, just if you're running your own business in general. So give it a go, see what you think of it, and it might just be the next best thing for you when it comes to getting your business up to speed with paperwork. Right, my battery's running low, so I'm going to just show this last bit of me turning the water on, and then as long as there's no issues with the 26.9 checks, then just assume that everything was fine. But for now, PRV has been changed. We've got proper filling loop on there. Now let's open up this butterfly valve. It was very stiff. I'm going to have to use 2 hands for it. Let's try and get that. Oh, come on. Why doesn't it want to turn now? Oh. Yeah, now it doesn't want to turn. I don't really want to use a set of grips, but let's try and turn that one. No, my luck, it will snap. I hope not. Please don't snap. There we go. Alright, water's flowing. Okay, right, that's open again. So obviously the first thing we want to look at, no leaks there, no leaks coming from there, obviously nothing in there because there's no pressure in there. So now let's open that side up. Okay, so I heard the water going through the braided hose, and now top up to 1.5. Remember, it's not going to need a lot because I only drained out whatever pressure was in here. AAB is hissing away. That PRV is good. It's not leaking from there. So it's going to drop a little bit. So let's top it up a touch more. Get to about 1.5. There's going to be a bit of air in there. We've got AAB up there as well. It's probably going to, you know what, let's just get it just under 2. So then when it settles, it should settle down to about 1.5. Yeah, bang on. Perfect. So that's done. That's done. Let's turn that side off as well. So now we've got a proper filling loop. PRV's done. Flue's done. Like I said, I'll do my 26.9 checks. If there is any other issues, I'll come back to this recording. If not, like I said, my battery's running low. So I'm going to end the video here. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.